Welcome back to the Milltown Way, the home of all things Shamrock Rovers. We're into episode 8, and today is all about one thing, the huge UEFA Conference League fixture coming up against Shakhtar Donetsk.
It's one of the biggest European nights of the season. Rovers coming up against a top-class opponent. We'll get into who Shakhtar are now, how their team has evolved, how they're playing this season, and what Rovers can do to try get a result.
We'll also talk about form, tactical matchups, predicted 11, and the stakes of this fixture. A proper deep dive, and I suppose we'll just get straight into it. Starting off, who are Shakhtar Donetsk right now?
In the past, looking at Shakhtar Donetsk, were every year in the Champions League or the Europa League. They're competing at that level. At the moment, they're not as high quality as they once were. At the moment, they're top of the league in the Ukrainian league.
Doesn't make a
It's not the top.
Doesn't back up your point entirely.
No, the top of the league, 4 points clear already after 13 games. 35 goals scored, 10 conceded.
They're also on the back of 2 comprehensive victories of a 7-0 and a 6-1 victory.
7-1 and 6-0, yeah. And they've lost. To be fair though, they have lost 3 games since the start of October though. They lost in the Ukrainian Cup to Dynamo Kiev, to Warsaw in the Conference League, and then to LNZ Cherkasy.
Yeah,
I'm probably butchering that, but 4-1 in that game. So they're not in great form considering between the period of the 23rd of April and October they didn't lose a game.
Yeah.
To then lose 3 games in the month of October, it's something that could be good for Rovers in terms of they might be coming up against them at the right time, maybe.
But as you said, from April to October, unbeaten.
Yeah,
that's quite a run. They do, I suppose, 2 defeats. Or 3 defeats in recent. Dynamo Kiev and Legia Warsaw, 2 top oppositions, realistically.
And they only beat Breidablik in their last Conference League game, which
Another
Rovers opponent.
Another one that Rovers are somewhat familiar with.
As well, they're also playing Hamron Spartans, another Rovers opponent. They will be playing them.
Maybe that's just... Do you think that's just the way they do the draw then? Is it like everyone nearly plays the same team?
I don't get that draw. Go back to groups. I prefer the group.
Well, if it wasn't for the new format, Rovers might not have made it out of the initial stage last year.
That's true.
And then had a trip to Mould.
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't know. It was better. Better back in the day.
It's a huge game. Yeah. It's one that it's nearly written off to a certain degree, because for Rovers the benchmark is 7 points from looking at last year's table. 7 points will be enough to get you through to the next stage, but you know, Shakhtar Donetsk, Breidablik away, and Hamron Spartans at home.
Yeah,
you have to. Well, first of all, you have to hang your hat on that there's 6 points from the remaining the two games after.
Yeah,
it does maybe leave a free hit against Donetsk. Not that they'll be going in with that mentality, but
no, they won't be going out with that mentality. But what you're saying does make sense. That it will be tough to. I'd say they'll be going in thinking they'll be hoping to get a result. It's not one they'll be going in thinking they will, but 100% confident that they can get a result. They're coming up against a very strong opposition, and Rovers definitely are not the favourites in this case.
No, they're a side that's kind of shifted from, like, as you were saying, like, I suppose their identity from 2010 to 2020, focusing on primarily. You'd always remember them. You'd always kind of associate them with having a Brazilian kind of presence in their squad, and they only sold Kevin to Fulham there during the summer.
Yeah,
they sold him for 40 million. So that in itself, I suppose, is something, you know, that Rovers are up against. They're selling players for 40 million.
William, another one from back in the day. They'd loads. William.
Oh, William, yeah.
Fred,
yeah.
Fernandinho.
Yeah, they had an array of talent, but they focus more on native kind of talents, and, you know, when it comes to coming through the academy and stuff like that, you wouldn't want to think that that's what's kind of maybe made them shift from being, you know, as you've touched on there, a squad that's always a regular feature in Europe to, you know, now they're in the Conference League. Not that it's a bad standard, but
No.
compared to the heights they were reaching. And there is an extra 4 slots. I know it goes based on history
Yeah.
and so on. Then 4 additional slots, but there's definitely wiggle room there for them to come through and start competing again at that stage. But yeah, they may not be at the same level, and that maybe is a factor for Rovers to give Rovers confidence heading into the
Yeah,
clash.
I'd say that is as well. Also speaking on with their former, uh, they still do have quite a lot of Brazilian players in the squad. It's strange how they have, like, outside of Ukrainian players, still outside of that they only have probably 2 or 3 different nations, but a lot of Brazilian players still. I wonder what
Yeah,
the connection is.
yeah, they've always had a strong presence with that, but yeah, there'll just definitely be a side that are gonna be tough to break down.
Yeah, they're going to be coming out there wanting a big result and maybe a statement result, you could say.
They're 10th in the Conference League
Yeah,
table at the minute. With their what's it, two wins, 1 loss.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Breidablik, they did lose to Legia Warsaw. According to Transfer Market, their squad is worth 152 million.
Oh, nice.
That's maybe something. Now, Transfer Market, I don't know where to get these valuations
They
from.
could, they have, I don't know,
They do kind of. Sometimes I look at the other teams and their valuations from Transfer Market, and you kind of just completely disagree.
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they can be a bit dodgy, for
They
lack of
do,
a better word.
yeah, they value Rovers at 4.43 million. So there is
Yeah,
a quite gulf.
yeah, it's a bit of a difference.
Yeah,
I'd rather 150 million or whatever than 4 million.
I'd rather Graham Burke. That
Yeah,
left leg is worth the 200 million alone. I suppose as well on the matter. Shout out to Graham Burke, who did pick up the senior player of the year award
yeah.
for Rovers on Friday evening, along with Michael Noonan, who won the Young Players Player of the Year or
As
Player
well
of the Year.
as well as also making the FAI, the League of Ireland team of the season as well.
Yeah. A couple of other Rovers lads did as
Yeah,
well.
Pico was in there, Matt was in there,
Yeah, so
and Josh as well.
yeah,
There's 4 of them.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that took place last night. But no, huge credit to them, and well, I suppose again on Noonan, like, more of a commiseration during the week. Ireland under 17s bowed out of World Cup.
Yeah,
Um,
early, unfortunately.
yeah, they lost 3-1 to Switzerland. Quite a good game again. Like the games don't disappoint when you watch them because I watched. I think I only caught maybe the last half an hour of that game, or so, and it was when I turned it on. It was 2-0 to Switzerland.
Hmm.
Ireland pulled one back, and they very easily looked like they were going to pull another one back.
Yeah,
It was just unfortunate, and Switzerland do have like some talent in that team
yeah, they're
too.
very strong side. Like,
Yeah, and the goals were spectacular as well.
yeah,
So it's not they didn't lose out to a bad side in any case. But yeah,
no, the overall quality of that World Cup has been very strong overall, and I think in fact they've gone out to Switzerland, but still, I think the lads can come home with their head held high. They've definitely shown that we've got a lot of up and coming good young players coming through.
yeah,
And
exactly. Well, Michael Noonan, Alex Noonan, Max Kovalevskis, and of course Victor Osimhen, all featured. And obviously Kovalevskis missed the last kind of couple of games, I think, through the injury that he sustained. But yeah, no, they've definitely done the club and the nation proud.
yeah,
It's been like, of course, look, it was a poor result in terms of obviously being knocked out of the competition. But aside from that, obviously they were, there was hints of where they're going to do what the senior team did and
yeah,
come from behind 2 days after Ireland beat Hungary. Uh, but it was unfortunate enough that they didn't. But
happens. You
yeah, they
can't.
they did their nation proud,
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
But I suppose in terms of the broader context of what this fixture means going into it, match day 4 out of 6 of the
Yeah,
Conference League phase. Rovers they're currently they will be getting knocked out if they don't move up in their position.
yep.
Of course, there is 3 games there. There's still a lot to play for, so
There
it's
is.
not
There's
like
still a lot of
they're far
time.
from out.
No, definitely not. There's a lot of time and there's a lot to play for still before we get into anything like talking of them going out or bowing out already. It's tricky to think like what's going to happen.
It's also with this format, it's tougher
to
predict because it used to just be like on the older format where you look at it and it's like you're in there's 3 other teams and you know like oh you need this team to beat that team and then your team beats that team and you're through. Whereas now there's 8 there's 18 results.
Especially on that last Thursday night where all 18 games will be kicking off at 8:00.
Yeah, exactly that.
Same with the Champions League and stuff as well. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of movement on that last day, really.
Yeah, but it's also like good results can move you quite far up as well.
Yeah, one good game can make a big difference.
You would be hoping that Rovers getting that point against Athens, that might be the one that makes the difference, inspires them to kick on. And it was, of course, look, it was a bad start to the campaign with the first 2 games, the defeat to Sparta Prague and the defeat to NK Celje, but getting a point in Athens was huge, and that was in the lead up to the cup final. So it definitely needs to kind of. You would suspect they're in for a similar, maybe back to the wall performance.
I suppose you could.
Like the squad is worth, according to the transfer market, 148 more million than Rovers.
Yeah,
in the round. But so it's a
lot of money.
Well, it's not to be sniffed at.
No.
But yeah, so like it's one of them that you would expect that Rovers are gonna be in for a similar night as they were in Athens. But if you can get the result through, that way, every Rovers fan will be saying take it, and
of course.
Sometimes it's not the prettiest when you're watching it at the back of the wall and you're conceding 30 shots and you have 1.
It happens though.
But if the 1 goes in,
that's all that matters.
Exactly.
When that 1 goes in, you're not going to be caring about the 30 that you faced.
No, exactly. That's it. And it's like, for example, if Rovers were able to pull off a result like that on Thursday and get something out of Shakhtar Donetsk, like, are you going to be caring about that if Rovers are in the draw for the knockout playoff?
You forget about it.
Yeah. But it's definitely something. It's weirder as well, I suppose, because the last game was the cup final. That was 2 weeks ago today, at the time of recording. But
so it'll be
2.5 over 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks really since their last game. By the time they play the next one, so it's good that they'll be well rested. Well, is it too long a break? I know it's.
Yeah.
Like, how long does the break be before a little bit of rust? Or a little bit of
starts to gather.
Starts to creep in, or a little bit of dust.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's a good point. Like Rovers, obviously they're out of sync now of playing these games. You'd wonder when they were back to training, but it's something that it's that tougher to get yourself going again. Now, of course, you don't have a lack of motivation. It's a Conference League tie. It's Thursday night in Tallaght.
Yeah.
It's expected to sell out. Ticket sales are going well at the minute, over in excess of 8.5.
South Stand and the West Stand. So
I think the East is
gone as well. I think I seen that today or yesterday.
So I think it must
just the North.
It must be just the North.
The West Stand.
I think it was 8,700 ticket sales when they last posted. So yeah, you would expect come Thursday it should be next to near fully sold out.
I wonder how many numbers they'll get over.
I was thinking they must be bringing a decent number if East Stand, because East Stand is always the last one.
Yeah.
Well, that and the North Stand. North Stand's a bit more difficult as well, but
yeah,
I would imagine I'd say they're going to bring.
It'll be a fair few.
5 to 1,000.
Yeah, probably about 500 to 1,000. Yeah.
Like I think. Yeah, it should be something like that. I think. But like in the perspective of Rover supporters and the home supporters in Tallaght Stadium, you need to create that environment. You need to bring the noise, and you need to. You just need to do your best to motivate the team to get over the line. It was great to see the Rovers win the double.
Really, yeah.
You don't want the good times to end.
No.
After Hammer Spartans, not that they will, anyways. If you're not going to be thinking it was a disappointing season.
No, definitely not. But yeah, the double, a bit disappointing.
Anticlimactic.
But you will be looking at, like, just adding, as you've mentioned about Bradley, just wanted to get that extra too.
Yeah, that's
He's greedy.
Well, this is it. He wants the Conference League trophy next.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's one of them that it's like you want the European campaign to continue. You want to have that headache, and when the season starts back in February, that it's going to have to be a Sunday game again. And if Rovers are in a knockout playoff, they clashed the
Sunday games
last
are
time.
nice, to be fair. I like a Sunday game.
Did you like it when it was in the Aviva against both?
Don't get me started. That's different. If that had been Sunday in Tallaght, would have been fine. But
well, we had I don't want to bring up bad memories, but when we had the Easter Monday 2:00 game against both, I think it was 2:00.
Yeah, it was.
That didn't go well either.
Yeah, actually, never mind. I did not speak. Forget everything I said.
But yeah, I suppose as we touched on there, Shakhtar Donetsk, they're in decent enough form coming in on the back of two comprehensive victories of 7-0 and 6-1.
Yeah,
they are top of the league, 10th in the Conference League, so they're definitely going to be eyeing up a top 8 finish and trying to just automatically get in.
Yeah,
not have to play an extra 2 games.
No, that extra 2 games will make a difference in the long season as well. So yeah, they'll be coming out thinking they can get an easy result, and not necessarily easy, but they think they can come out and just get a result. So it's up to the lads and of course the fans as well to really get behind the team and will them on to maybe get something. Who knows what can happen really. That's the beauty of the game. You never know what's going to happen, but you should probably start talking about how Rovers might line up and how we might try.
Yeah,
Rovers might try to go against them.
That's it. It'll be tough. As I said, it'll be tough. Look for Stephen Bradley, for the Rovers team to come up against such a high profile squad and a lot of talent in there, isn't there? Like you would think it'll be more of a defensive shape. Now, of course, the main thing would be that Bradley should have 99% of his squad at his disposal.
Yeah, which is good.
Of course, Danny Mandroyo is ruled out.
Yeah.
He recently underwent ACL reconstruction surgery. Yeah. He picked up that injury in the FAI Cup final.
Yeah.
Because he was only brought. I think he was brought on the 68th minute and he was withdrawn the 74th. He only got a few minutes and it looked like a bad injury. He was carried off in a stretcher.
Yeah.
Like when you think back to it, so. Of course, we're wishing him a speedy recovery. It'll be a long road back, but
yeah, it'd be tough. That's something.
And he's a player that's been coming into a great form of late. He did have kind of patches where he struggled throughout the season, but I think for the majority, like coming into the last couple of months or so, I think you could see he was definitely settling in that bit more.
Yeah, that final stretch of the season, he was kind of coming into his own in the squad and getting in, having a bit more impact on games than he was earlier in the season.
Well, that's it. But I suppose like with Rovers, in terms of lining out, you'll expect to see the regulars in Josh, and I suppose the right wing back could be Corey.
Yeah.
Like you could have the back three of Lopez, Cleary, Grace.
You do have to expect that back 5 though.
Yeah,
that's probably the biggest guarantee going in. I would say is
like that right wing back position has rotated throughout the season. You've had Adam Matthews in there. You've had Corey. You even had Darren Nugent in there.
Yeah, I think Corey would be the best shout. I would say.
Yeah, he's definitely a player who just kind of he doesn't, as we've spoke about him on the podcast previously, is that he doesn't look out of place when he's in a Rover shirt, does he? He doesn't look like he's struggling to get to grips with
no, he's always just there and he's does whatever's asked of him.
Yeah, he just doesn't look like a player who lacks experience, and obviously he's gaining more and more. But yeah, he looks like someone who's been in around there for a good few years within a senior setup. When you think he's only 18 or 19.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
So yeah, it's definitely a testament to him and testament to Bradley and how he's kind of introduced him into the squad. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see in terms of that. Like as you said, you can probably guess the 4 out of 5 anyways.
Yeah.
You would maybe expect Corey to go in there.
Yeah, you kind of expect him to be in there, I would say.
Midfield 3.
Yeah.
Healy, Watts, maybe McInnes.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely.
But I suppose the other thing with the right wing back is Danny Grant was coming back.
That's true. Yeah.
So he might go back in there now instead of Corey.
Yeah, there's the
Um,
possibility that he could, but
you might see Corey on the bench then.
yeah, I don't know. I think Corey would be the best shout to go there, though.
Yeah, Grant's on the back of the injury. He played in the cup final, but yeah, that's a tricky one because with Grant kind of coming in and out, and this is a huge game. Yeah, no regular game time for him in the lead up, but I suppose he has had the time now to recover since that cup final. So yeah, you might go back in. Um,
Mm.
with the midfield three, yeah, with no Mandroyo, I think you'd suspect that McAneff will go in there with
Yeah,
Healy and Watts.
that does seem the most likely option, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't. What about
It's gonna
Michael
be tricky.
Noonan?
You're gonna be expecting most of the lads behind the ball for most of the game.
That's it. You'll need pace on the counter attack as well, isn't
That's why Noonan would
it?
be a good
Yeah,
shout up top because
I think actually on that, I think Danny Grant will go right wing back. He's a bit more pay. He
he's
can
got a bit,
bit more control. He's more of because he came as a winger essentially.
and especially when you're playing quite a negative back five, you need those
You need
PC
someone who's
wing
going to just
backs who can get up
burst.
there.
Yeah, Grant and Josh on the flanks.
Yeah, Corey's not that he's slow or anything.
No, but
Yeah,
So when you have it when it's that bit of difference because Corey kind of came into the senior setup as nearly a centre back or a wing kind of full back maybe going into a wing back position, whereas Grant's coming as a winger. He kind
going
of
into a
needs
wing
just
back.
that kind
Yeah,
of instant
you probably
pace.
need that winger. The qualities of a winger a
Yeah.
bit more in this situation, I would say, than the qualities of a centre back.
Um, but yeah, like I suppose the front two, there's Burke, Noonan, and Gaffney.
Yeah,
I would suspect Gaffney's in there.
yeah.
You can't bench him after he starts to score a brace in the
I'm
cup
thinking
final.
Gaffney, Noonan,
You
and
can't. I
Burke.
don't think you know Mip, Graham Burke, Michael Noonan been on the back of playing extra games in the
I
World
suppose.
Cup. I know. Obviously, what the last game was Tuesday, and it's coming up this, so it's over a week. But I think Noonan.
But I think that could be an argument for why he should play as well. He could play is because, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, about it being over nearly 2.5 weeks since they played. Is there that bit of rust or a bit of kind of just another word really to use, but like that lack of game. I know the rest is obviously good and all, but when you haven't played when you're used to playing every week and then you're not playing for over 2 full weeks, as we mentioned, is there a little bit of
It'd be like that for every player though in the squad, won't it?
but
So
that could be the argument for starting Noonan then is what I'm getting to because he
yeah,
has played more recent. So
yeah, I can definitely see your point, but I think Noonan might make in this kind of predicament. I think he would make more of an impact if he's, if for example, if it's a case of say there's been 60, 70 minutes of just backs to the wall, which it may be, um, introducing Noonan at that stage for maybe a bit more of a tired Rory Gaffney
yeah,
might be the way, and then you have Graham Burke who kind of has the legs for majority of the
for
90,
anything, yeah,
anyways. That left peg.
yeah.
It's a,
Okay,
um,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a,
You can't forget about Graham
it
Burke
just
there.
once the ball once it's in within Burke's grasp, it's just glued to that left foot.
Yeah,
It
he's just
doesn't leave
something
his side, does
else.
it?
He's just unbelievable, isn't
Yeah,
he?
that's deserved senior player of the year
Yeah,
of the
definitely.
club. But yeah, so for sure, I think I would be saying it would be Burke and Gaffney, and then I think it would be a good idea knowing and seeing how the scoreline is. Um, you never know, Rovers could have something to hold on to at that stage.
They could, and they could be playing more defensive. Then you never
Yeah,
know. But you do wonder now as well, especially with Gaffney, that physical presence. Because if the strikers are going to be dropping back a bit, like you could have Graham a bit further up because obviously he's got the pace and the. But you do wonder then Gaffney's size and strength will come in handy if they have a barrage of corners and a barrage of long throws or stuff like that, which
yeah,
is possible if they're going to be on the attack for a lot of the game. Having someone that size and that strength could come in handy for some cases like that.
yeah, yeah. It's a good point.
Like you've seen him before, come back for corners and stuff in games.
But yeah, I suppose so. Like it's one of like with Rory, he's just someone who gives 110% in any area
Yeah,
of the pitch. So it's okay. He doesn't mind taking on a defender at a back post, or like he'll definitely he'll need to be. This will be one of the games where you're going to need Rory Gaffney.
Yeah.
Ideally you'd need the Rory Gaffney that played against Balkany in the Conference League qualifiers this year when he had that 1-on-1 with that defender.
Yeah.
And ended up he came up trumps as Rovers won 4-1 on aggregate, 4-0 on the night. And Gaffney got 2 or 3 that night. I think he got 2. Memory's not serving me. I'm not sure. He got a minimum of a brace anyways, and he was in their face and giving it back, which is always great to see from
and he's in good form after the cup final.
Well, that's it. Like you can't,
a brace in the cup final.
You can't really get much better than that, can you?
No.
And you can't. As I said, you can't omit a man who just scored a brace in a cup final either.
No, definitely not.
But I suppose looking at the areas in which Shakhtar Donetsk can kind of put Rovers to the sword a little bit. Some of their talent that they have. As I said, they do have a squad worth north of 150 million according to transfer market.
Our favourite source.
Yeah, exactly. Even though we kind of dismissed their source at the start. A couple of the key players that point out now, I'm definitely going to butcher these pronunciations as we do every European fixture that comes up. We did it for Celj. We did it for Athens, I'm nearly sure. And we're doing it for Shakhtar Donetsk already. But they have a striker, Cow Elias.
Elias seems right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm pronouncing the first name right.
No, Cow.
I wouldn't say so.
Elias, yeah. Brazilian, the young lad from Brazil.
Yeah, 5 goals. He's Shakhtar's top goal scorer. Obviously, he's the obvious one to point out.
In all competitions, he's got 9 goals.
Yeah.
2 assists in 21 games. So
he's not as prolific as the man you pointed out for NK Celj.
Kovacevic, yeah. I haven't looked at him in a while. He's probably up to about 50 now for this year.
Well, I didn't want to look at him again after.
I feel like every time I say his name wrong, he scores a goal.
Well, that was. I think maybe he was one of the lads that stood in front of my car and strolled across. He knew exactly who it was.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
Yeah, you're friends with that lad who pronounced my name wrong.
Kovacevic, yeah, 25 goals in 25 games this year.
Like that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
2 of them coming against Rovers. But yeah, I think it's Cow Elias for Shakhtar Donetsk. Who's, as I said, 9 goals in all competitions, 5 in the league. He'll definitely be a threat, and it's a case of kind of like, how do Rovers handle that, and their primary kind of assists, who provides the goals. This is going to be a tough one, Adam. Artem Bondarenko.
Yeah, that seems right. 4 assists in the league.
Yeah, 4 assists in the league.
Yeah, he's young player. He's quite, according to Transfermarkt once again, he's valued at about 11 million himself. So on the Transfermarkt, more than the whole Rovers squad. Ukrainian attacking midfielder. Yeah, not like if you were to look just at his stats, they're not amazing. 3 goals, 4 assists, like not something that instantly jumps out at you, but
no, he's just been the main man to kind of provide anything for Elias,
and averaging kind of a rating of about 7.6 on the variety of things. So you definitely will be looking. That partnership's a partnership that could prove dangerous for Rovers.
Yeah, it's something that needs to kind of be, I suppose, just a bit more kept an eye on, and look, I'm sure they'll make their presence known when they do get to Tallaght.
Yeah,
and dealing with that kind of younger talent is always a bit more of a challenge, or a bit more.
Yeah,
like in some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad, in the sense that they come sometimes when they're a bit younger. Maybe if they have a little less inexperience, that they come with a bit more naivety. Which can be taken advantage of, particularly when you have a backline that's well versed in European football at this stage, between qualifiers and competition proper, with Pico and Grace and Cleary. So it's something that, well, like, they're gonna have their hands full. These are, as I said, like they're top of their league.
Yeah, and it is a strong league as well.
Yeah, like they're consistently up against strong opposition, and even like what you point out of the recent defeats, but like Legia Warsaw, top
Yeah.
opposition from Poland, Dynamo Kiev, another top opposition. Like they're not. It's not a case of they're not really getting that many hiccups against sides that they shouldn't be.
And the Legia Warsaw one was to a 94th minute winner. So yeah,
Now you're not filling me
because
with hope.
Legia Warsaw, what?
You're not filling me
No,
with hope now.
because Legia Warsaw have also lost to our favorite team, Celj, with Kovacevic up top. They bet Legia Warsaw in the last game as well. So I feel like every team we're playing are just they're all intersecting paths.
They are, because in Sales played what? Athens, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, they played Athens
yeah,
played Athens played Aberdeen, I suppose. That was just the one that I remember when they beat them 6-0, and kind of there was
no,
shouts
yeah,
for how Rovers are going to cope with that then, and Rovers arguably maybe could have got a win.
should have
Controversial penalty at
perhaps.
the last minute, but then on another day maybe Rovers wouldn't have got their penalty either.
That's true.
It's
Yeah, but
the other side of that coin. Um,
arguments can be made.
yeah, for and against.
Yeah,
Um, as we kind of nearly already touched on, anyways, but what the game means to Rovers,
yeah.
what the impact of the result.
In
Like
terms of the
it's
context, Rovers are sitting 31st in the table
with
on 1
36
point.
team.
Yeah, joint points with Shells.
Yeah, Chelsea have a better goal difference, don't they?
Yeah, because the
But
Prague game. That's
yeah,
what
I
it
know.
was.
That's what I was about to say. Like Rovers
Rovers
have come up against Prague,
-5.
Celje, Athens.
But then also, Shells are playing Crystal Palace, so
Yeah,
yeah,
but they haven't like the three teams they've come up against so far. Shells in the Conference League.
yeah.
Like Drita was one
Um,
from Kosovo, I think it was.
yep,
They played Skendija.
yeah.
Definitely pronouncing that wrong,
No,
100%. Uh,
from North Macedonia.
Potential Ireland opponents.
Yeah, and
Um,
then Hacken from Sweden. So
Hacken are a decent side.
that
They
was the one they got the result against as well. A draw, 0-0
well,
draw.
0-0 draw, and they lost the other two. If Shells had their own, I think Rovers had, they wouldn't be.
No, I don't think so either. But I they have some tough games as well coming up. Like they're coming up against
AZ Alkmaar.
the Para,
They might be getting pecked by the Para.
and a man who also scored as of recording again today.
Yeah,
Well, even though they lost, but yeesh.
yeah, I saw that.
This podcast, as much as we would love it to be a Troy Para fan club,
Well, it might be next week if he does a job on Shells.
it could be hat trick, another hat trick.
Even Paddy Barrett said at the PFAI Awards that he's like he has a job to do on Thursday to mark
Yeah,
Troy Parra. So it's so cool though, isn't
it
it?
is
Like
cool.
Troy Parra on the back of sending Ireland to the World Cup playoffs now is coming up against Shells.
What a man! He's just
A similar job, and I think everyone in green and white will be happy.
yeah. Everyone in green will be happy again.
Yeah, exactly.
You're doing us all a favour.
Another tearjerker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose the other side of that coin. Yeah, I suppose the other side of that coin is Shells have had on paper an easier run so far. They have. Rovers have played Sparta Prague, Athens, and NK Celje, and Shells have played the sides that we mentioned there. But I thought maybe their tougher opponents are in their second half of the campaign, aren't they? Alkmaar, Crystal Palace.
There's some tough games.
Yeah, who's their other opposition? Do we know?
It's Alkmaar first, and it's Palestine in Tallaght Stadium as well.
Yeah, it's Palace is their last home. Well,
I don't like that either. But
home game.
and then our favourite team, Celj.
They're playing Celje.
Yeah, they're playing Celj in the last game. Kovacevic hat trick incoming.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what happens there then. Yeah.
Yeah. Celj are also one of the only three teams with a perfect record still in the Conference League.
3 wins.
Yeah, 3 wins from 3 wins. Them, Samsunspor from Turkey.
I've heard of them.
I probably didn't say that right, but
yeah, surely it is right.
yeah, probably. And then Mainz, a top German team. Really.
Yeah, but that's what Rovers have been up against. You know, like it's not.
No,
This
it's
has
not
definitely
easy.
been no means an easy run that they've had this year. And
To be fair though, Mainz they might be unbeaten and 3 wins from 3 in the Conference League, but that's more wins than they have in the league in Germany. They're currently sitting 17th
out of how many?
Out of 18.
That just
with 6 points out of 11 games, one win, 3 draws, 7 losses.
So it might be clear maybe to see what they're prioritising this
Yeah.
season. You don't want to drop if they make it far into the Conference
Yeah.
League. But
A bit
yeah,
like
like
Cork City in the cup.
yeah, yeah, they didn't mind the drop. Yeah, no, like Rovers after Shakhtar Donetsk on paper, Rovers' last two games are a bit easier.
Yeah.
But like the schedule Rovers have had this like Athens, Prague, Celje, and Donetsk, four
Yeah.
top oppositions.
Oh, yeah, very strong side.
And they're the first four games. Like you're going then into Breivik with after on the back and Breivik and Hamrun Spartans. I said Rovers will need 6 points out of them two games to have any hope realistically. I was trying to find a way to get to Breivik as well, to Reykjavik.
Oh, did you find a way?
Gonna have to get onto Sean's aviation.
A canoe.
Gonna have to get onto Sean again. Yeah, no, it's
Well, the flights are good. Did they stick the flights up for flights? Obviously they did.
yeah, like every
By
airline.
much?
I don't know. They were expensive. Like I can't remember now how much, but they were expensive. There's the direct flight going to Reykjavik, on the Thursday on the match day, which would get you there with a good bit of time. But it's also the early kickoff, which adds another thing to it.
I don't like these early kickoffs.
Early kickoffs in Europe is not like. I remember
The worst part
Rovers.
is I'm in college till 6 on Thursday.
You might have to leave early.
Yeah, catch the flight.
Yeah. But no, yeah, them early kickoffs in Europe. I remember Rovers had one last year. Well, they probably had more than one, but it's in at home. They only had one.
Yeah.
Last year, so in Tallaght for 5:45. It's on a midweek day.
It's tough. Like it is tough.
Like I'm about a 10-minute drive to Tallaght Stadium, and I remember driving there. Finished work at 4:30. Worked from home. Went to the office. Went to the office.
Yeah.
Tallaght Stadium's new office. But went there and like the traffic was absolutely mental. You have work traffic on and combining that with
match day traffic.
Like
it's a disaster.
I don't. Whose idea was this? I don't know. Like I know it's. Look, we all know what it's for. It's TV. But also you want more eyes on matches.
Yeah, as well. But with the Rovers one in Iceland, they're also time difference behind us as well, aren't they?
No, they're actually the same.
Oh, they're the same. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
But they'd be in the same predicament. That's in. Like,
I was gonna say like it could be at like 2:45 there.
Yeah. No, I looked that up.
Yeah.
Our time zone podcast. Yeah. That's coming next week. No, yeah, I looked that up, and they're actually the same time zone as us. Yeah, okay. But it's just even it's like 5:45.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like early kickoffs. Midweek,
sprinting home from college.
That's what I mean. Like,
I'll go straight to the pub.
What, the Aberley straight from?
Yeah, well, it is actually my last day of college.
Well, there you go.
It's written in the stars.
Hopefully, it's a good result as well. That's the main thing, isn't
that's
it?
more important
than anything you learned in the hours leading up to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, you can't underestimate the importance of this game. If Rovers got a result, it'd be huge. Even a draw, that would be like. You would think if Rovers can somehow manage a draw here, puts them on 2 points. In any other context, you'd think 2 points after 4 games is absolutely
it's not the best
rubbish. But if Rovers did that, beat Breivik and beat Hamrun Spartans,
8 points.
8 points, and that's a point above last year's. Because there is the case you could say that
it's going to change.
It could change, and even if it's the same, at the minute Rovers have a -5 goal difference.
Yeah, so they kind of need that small cushion probably.
Yeah, they definitely do, and yeah, it's an uphill battle if so. But a point on Thursday against a top Ukrainian side, like it'd be huge for Stephen Bradley and the team.
Yeah, it would be. It'll be massive. It's hard to describe how big a game it is, really.
And it's a home game.
Home game as well. Like if they were going over to Kiev to play it, you'd be a bit more
skeptical.
Yeah, but the fact they're playing it in their own backyard, and you'd hope.
Well, actually, they play their European games in Poland.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, like they're a top opposition. They have a lot like selling a player in the summer for 40 million. That's what you're up against. You know, that's just even one thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we say the importance of that game against Celje was a home because it's the home game. even though it was only the second game of the league phase.
You only get 3 home games.
You only get 3, and we're coming up to our second one now. So you would think you want to hope. What I'd be hoping here now is that they can use the motivation of winning the double.
Yeah.
That has to be a factor going into the game.
Like, it's also then as well, from a selfish point of view, only 2 more home games until February.
I know.
It's not nice.
No.
It's not nice.
Even though
it's not the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, I was about to say, as the Christmas trees are coming out, the Rovers are going away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I suppose it's also weird, though, isn't it, that like the last game is a week before Christmas.
Yeah.
That's like another dimension to consider, because it's like...
I didn't mind last year going off to London a week before Christmas.
Walking in a Bradley Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
On TikTok of all the Rovers stuff, and I had fairy tale in New York. But I was buzzing then because of that.
Oh, stuff. Yeah, that was a special trip, and going 1-1. Marcus Poom.
Yeah.
Wherever he is these days. Yeah, I suppose that's the only thing, isn't it? It's like, that's the fact that we only have 2 games at home before Christmas. Yeah, but like, even say
before Christmas, yeah.
Before Christmas, and then it's like the last game's a week before Christmas. Yeah. And then you have
your Christmas shopping done.
And then it's 2 months, and then the league will start.
Yeah, it's long time, 2 months.
You might there's gonna be some players in...
Well, no, not today.
Whoever it is, there's an obvious one that you may think of, whoever it is, but there's going to be players there in the dressing room that are in that squad you're going to see 2 more times,
well, at least
or maybe 3 if you're going to.
At least it's not Stephen Bradley, like we had discussed that time, possibly going to Ireland, because it seems like Heimir Hallgrimsson has
cemented it a bit for another year.
He's not going anywhere just yet.
Yeah.
Got a few more root canals to do.
Yeah, he's not done flossing yet. He has a story to finish.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Talk something about the waffle here, though.
Yeah. Build him a statue, we make it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, well, I suppose Ireland wouldn't have been the only one knocking about for Stephen Bradley's signature, would it?
No,
there
was the Lincoln
one
about a year or 2 ago. Was it a year ago? Last year it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's not the only member that gets linked to Lincoln. Certain man of the name of Joshua.
Don't even. Worse than a breakup.
Yeah, exactly that.
Johnny Kenny leaving, that was bad enough.
Never fall in love with the Loney.
No, but won't make that mistake again.
It's just, yeah, but like, even so, it's like one of them. It's like, it's just a weird one when you're signing off on European games. You know, like, for example, if Rovers, let's just say they weren't in Europe, you know, they'd be signing off. It'd be the last home game. Yeah. They lifted the league in Tallaght, and then that would be goodbye to whoever is departing in January.
Yeah.
But whereas they're going to finish against Hammer and Spartans, which there's a potential there that could be disappointing, depending on how things go between now and then. And after a season that Rovers have had, it definitely shouldn't be a sour note for anyone to leave on. But it just might be the way it goes.
It's just the way the season falls. Like, at the end of the season on a loss going out, it will. But it's not. That could be the last note of someone leaving the club, even though they've won the double. Yeah. Bowing out as well, but
the last memory.
Yeah, that's it.
But again, that's what's our favorite saying? It's the punishment of success.
Yeah, suffering from success. I think big game now Thursday. Get everyone down. Hopefully it sells out. A sellout would be nice.
Yeah, it would be. Rovers need it.
It's on Premier Sports as well, but
but don't be watching it on that. Be watching it from the stand.
Exactly.
Get your hat on. Get your hat and scarf on, because it'll be cold probably as well.
Nippy. No shorts that day.
I suppose the last segment we'll just finish on is we did get a couple of questions in. You might have seen from our social media platforms, through X, Instagram, and Facebook, that we were asking for questions from. So we always want to hear from you, anyways, ahead of recording. But I have a couple of the questions here. I'll ask you one here, Adam.
Well, one as well. Just submit any questions you want.
Yeah.
Just, it can be a bit of a laugh. It can be serious. It can be
And you can yeah, exactly
You
that.
can use that when we put out to ask questions. You can leave suggestions for the
Yeah,
show, or so even it could just be a topic you would like us to cover. But
yeah, exactly that. And as
any
well,
engagement and any way we can make the show more enjoyable for yourself, let us know.
yeah, that and as well as that, you know, through social media or leave a comment on Spotify or wherever you're listening, Apple Podcasts or Amazon Music, anywhere you want. We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we can and get it on the next podcast if that's something you are interested in. But no more dodging this bullet, and I'll ask you a question now.
Okay.
The first question is: there's a zombie apocalypse. Nice and realistic, this one.
I know.
Who are you saving? Graham Burke or Michael Noonan?
It has to be Michael Noonan. He's only a kid.
He's only a young bucko.
He's a young lad. He has to.
But we did touch on Graham Burke's sacred left foot.
He is, but we also touched on the pace of Michael Noonan. It'd be handy to run away from the zombies.
I suppose one that we can both maybe discuss briefly is if you're making without delving too deeply into it.
Yeah.
If you're making making an overall player,
an ideal player, yeah,
and you have to break it up, using someone's head, arms, legs, torso.
Yeah, but particularly like left and right foot as well.
The left foot's Graham Burke, isn't it?
Yeah, well that's locked in.
I'd say right foot would be. I'd go Dylan Watts maybe.
Yeah, for the playmaking. You have to
he's such a playmaker. Yeah, he's a great player and great. Yeah, he has a great caress of the ball. It's similar fashion to the way Jack Byrne did before he left.
Yeah.
Kind of just has that where any split moment he can produce a bit of magic on the ball.
Yeah, he really can. But little to no space, pressure, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we have head then.
Who's good at headers?
Pico Lopez.
I was thinking Pico. Has to be one of the centre backs, I think.
Yeah, he can get some distance on his headers as well.
Yeah, Cleary or Grace.
Unless we're talking Barnett. Yeah,
oh, the man who left who would have been using maybe was Richie Tell.
Yeah, true. The Barnett.
The Barnacle. So who are you going with the head then?
It has to be Pico.
Pico.
He just gets some distance when he can get some distance on a header, and he scored a few headed goals in his time as well.
Yeah, and it's not all about the goals, is it?
No.
Clearances. Good on that too. So we'll use Pico's head. Torso. Who's shredded?
Well, if we're going overall just based on strength and stuff, you'd have to be Rory Gaffney.
Rory Stories.
He's like a gaff player.
He does. Yeah,
he's got the strength of 10 men. He can it's hard to get the ball off him, and especially when you see him shielding the ball.
Yeah,
no one's pushing him off the ball.
But then would you not need his arm then?
Just take the whole thing.
So you're saying Rory Gaffney what about left and right arm?
Oh, we're not going to be getting that specific.
We're going fingernails next. Whose left arm are you taking?
I don't know. I was just going to say torso. I don't mean arms and everything. Rory Gaffney was the easy answer.
You're left yourself in a hole here.
Left arm.
You can't go Boogie Barnes left arm.
The winter sold. I actually don't know who to go. Anyone knocking around here?
I'll go Lee Grace.
Okay, fair.
Big arms on him.
And then right arm.
Right arm. Who's doing the click?
The click.
The snap.
I don't know again. Either arms,
arms a bit tougher. I know. I'm going to put you in one there.
Not something you use very often on a football pitch, thankfully.
You
could say Ed McGinty.
He's a bit bulky in the isn't he?
Yeah, but also just in case. Just in case the keeper went down injured.
Yeah, just in case you're last man back.
Has to put the left arm behind his back though. Only use the right.
Right, so we've gone. Well, you've got McGinty's head. Oh no, you didn't go McGinty's head.
No, that was just the barn.
So alright, so Pico's head.
Yeah.
We're going
Gaffney's torso.
Gaffney's torso. Lee Grace's left arm. We're going. Did you say for right arm?
McGinty.
Oh yeah, McGinty. Yeah. Burke's left foot.
Yeah.
Watt's right foot.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's like a Power Ranger. You know when they combine to make the big suit.
What's their overall rating then? Yeah, that's a funny one then to finish on.
Yeah. Do that. You can send in funny questions or anything at all, and we will answer them as best we can.
Even if you want to know what piece of cutlery we'd be if we were one. That went around a couple
we'll
times.
Get into that debate.
into that debacle.
All right, that's all. That's everything then for this week. That's been episode 8.
Yeah, 8 episodes. We're flying through them.
Flying through
these days.
Big week this week. Hopefully, next episode will be reviewing the Shakhtar game, and hopefully we're reviewing it with a smile on our face. Yeah, a laugh track in the back like friends.
Yeah. I was going to say, you won't see if we'll have a smile on our face, but you might be able to tell by the cut of our jib.
All right, thanks for listening, and if you can't share, do. And only shares, it really does help at this stage. Champions,